morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And this morning, Donna's this evening, yes, yes.
Yes.
Um, I'm having a conversation with Donna Burton over in Australia. How are you, Donna?
I'm really well, Carolyn, and it's your morning, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yes, we're 10:15 here.
And we're 9:15 p.m.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, we have had several conversations, haven't we? Several chit chats about all sorts of different topics,
We
and
have.
they've been sort of joint interests, with the steam trains and so on, and astronomy, of course, your topic.
Yeah,
We also have a fascination for Spitfires.
we do. And that was really cool to find out.
Yeah, I have always loved a Spitfire, and it's just the sound of that Merlin engine.
Oh, there's nothing like it.
Oh,
Merlin Rolls-Royce,
yeah.
yeah, nothing. Kind of like the Harley, I guess. You can
Well,
hear it,
yes, I
you can
suppose
pick
it
it
is.
anywhere.
Yes, it's very unique, isn't it? It's very distinct.
Mm, yeah,
And you hear the engine before you see the plane, and you think,
yeah.
oh yeah, okay, out we go.
Do you know, I've been to England, right? I went
Mm,
to London back in the year 2000, right?
yeah.
And the course company I worked for sent me over there for some training. And I was staying at Beaconsfield, and I heard that there was this blue Spitfire nearby. And unfortunately, this was in January. What I didn't realize is that it was the everything was closed down in January, so I went all the way down to
Oh,
see it and totally missed out. And I went into the aero club there at that the particular aerodrome, and I don't know what I was expecting, but they weren't as friendly as Australian aero clubs are. Being a member
oh,
of aero clubs, being a pilot and member of aero clubs and everything else, I sort
yes,
of thought, oh well, I'll pop into the aero club, and yes, it was very different than in Australia. It was very bigglesy.
yes, yeah. That's a
So
shame, isn't it? That you'd expect that fraternity to be the same globally.
yeah, it was very interesting. I wasn't sure if it was because I was a woman or not. And there were no other women there. They were all blokes.
Yeah,
Um, and I wasn't sure if there was that sort of thing. So I wasn't sure. Whereas similarly out here, in 2000, back in the 90s when I learnt to fly and stuff, there were a lot less women involved in aviation as well.
yeah.
But there were a few of us, and I must say we're obviously incredibly popular. I mean, I've been with my partner since we met at an air show at a flying school. So
Right.
there was like 10 guys for every girl. So, you know, we had our pick.
Yeah, well, there you go. Um, but have you had an experience? Have you had the experience of going up?
I
Because
have.
there are a few two-seater Spits around, aren't there?
There are, and there's a few one-seaters there was one in Australia,
Hmm.
both two-seaters and one-seaters, and I have had my grandfather flew Spitfires in the Second War. He actually was Irish, Australian, went back because he wanted to fly. I don't understand it. I thought we had pretty cool planes out here with the Kitty Hawks and everything else, but he wanted to fly, so he joined the RAF and he flew
Right.
out of and he was at Duxford and that. So
Duxford.
the
Yeah.
second time I went back to England, I actually went to Duxford. So,
Mm. Yeah,
but
Duxford's it's about an hour and a bit from me.
oh, that's very good. It seemed a very long way from London.
Yes. Yeah, it's just up the M11
Mm.
from
So it was
here.
so it was very exciting. So yeah, so we had a guy called out here called Cole Pay who flies Spitfires, and yeah, so we could go up with people like him. And unfortunately, he ended up crashing the only flying Spitfire in Australia.
Oh, yeah,
So
there was go on.
we have a number of them in museums that you can go in and sit and pose in, which of course I've done.
Yes. The there was so I went to it was called the Goodwood Revival. And Goodwood down near the south coast of England. There's a motor racing circuit, and it used to be very active back in the 60s. And Lord March, who owns the estate at Goodwood, wanted to bring back motor racing. So I was one of 2,000 people that helped campaign to bring it back. And we had in 1990. I think it was 97 or 98, the revival started, and there was a Spitfire pilot called Ray. I can't remember his surname. He was well known worldwide, and he didn't tell anybody what he was going to do, because he would have been struck out of,
Yes.
and he flew 50 foot off the floor down the straight of the Goodwood circuit
Oh,
backwards.
wow.
And
Wow.
well, I was in the bad books with my ex because I hadn't cocked on the camera. So
Oh, no.
he went to take a photograph of it and it didn't work. My name was Mud.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, but
That's.
there was a photograph of
Mm.
it, and I managed to get hold of a copy. And actually, it's recently come up on Facebook. But it was just it was, and the sound, it reverberated through
Oh,
your
I was going to
chest.
say you could feel it.
Yeah,
It would just be a feeling thing. Yeah. It's
yeah. It
incredible.
was it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's just that sound. And my favorite is the Mark 9.
Yeah, I like the Mark 12.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting, isn't it, that the because the blue one wasn't, the blue one was the prototype, wasn't it? The
Yep,
very
it was.
first.
Yep.
Yes, yes, that was created. Yeah, I don't think, no, I may have seen that. I'm not sure because I have been to Duxford and seen, had a look round, but that was many moons ago. But
So
yes, it was, yeah.
what was interesting was the progression because with the early Spitfires, the problem was when they went through the propeller would go through the sound barrier and cause all,
Mm,
so that's why they each mark had the different propellers,
yes,
just so they could avoid that sort of breaking up as they went through the speed of sound of the tips and things.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's the early Spits. It was just, it's just something, isn't it? That you,
Yeah.
and the memorial too.
Yeah.
With the three planes.
It's it's very it's very, I don't know, emotional, I guess, because if
Yeah,
you think of the average age of a Spitfire pilot was 19
yeah,
when they died, and how my grandfather survived, you know. And he came back and he ended up fighting in New Guinea in the Kitty Hawks and stuff out here because we didn't have obviously Spitfires, we had other things. But yeah, but how he survived that, and he did get shot down over France, over not over before France, and then he landed, he like into France, so
mm,
he was safe. So,
yeah.
but he survived. So, but a
Wow,
lot didn't. A lot of those young fellas just didn't
they
survive.
didn't, did they? No, and it was just, to go up in those planes. I mean, they were absolute beasts, but they were beautiful. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
the lines of them, they're just to look at them. Yeah, it was, yeah, it's just something else. And well, over here we're quite lucky, because when they have the revival, very often they have planes that do acrobatics and just a display,
Mm.
and very often they have a selection of Spitfires that I
Well,
think that do that.
I wasn't sure. There was no the Queen. The Queen was still alive, and maybe it was like really just. It wasn't long before she died, and the reason. And there was some event on that we were all watching in Australia. So, because obviously we like the Queen,
Yes.
and they had Spitfire flyby, and it was amazing. So.
Mm.
So I thought,
Yeah.
wow, there's so many Spitfires. I've got to try and find those when I come over there, as well as
Yes.
the Flying Scotsman.
Flying Scotsman, yes. I think the Flying Scotsman's doing a tour at the moment up in the northeast of the country here. Um, yes, it's out and about. And the
I
dates don't match, so I can't get up there.
I was looking to see what it was doing around August when I'm going to be up in Iceland for the eclipse. So I've
Yes.
been trying to track it down because
Yeah.
I reckon I'll come and visit some of you all and find out how to get to the Flying Scotsman.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like a bucket list item. I mean, here am I going to do something that'd be a list item for lots of other people going to see a solar eclipse in Iceland. Um, but I'm my bucket item is to get on the to have a ride on the Flying Scotsman.
It's isn't
But
it bizarre? It's bizarre, isn't it? What
yeah,
bucket list items people have, because although you have this fascination, obviously, for astronomy, that's
yeah.
what you do. Um, but it isn't it bizarre that it's sort of turned on its head, and you're
Mm.
absolutely dying to see the Scotsman again.
And to get into it and actually, yeah, rather than how I conned my way to touch it in the museum at York by pleading being an Aussie who travelled all the way over just to see the Flying Scotsman.
Oh dear, yeah,
I
there
was
is.
so pathetic. I was so pathetic that day, Carol.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You got to do it. But the other place that we have fairly close to us is Biggin Hill,
Mhm.
which again was a wartime airstrip, and they have spits that go up there, and I think they have a training one, two-seater at Biggin Hill, and they've just started this new thing. They charge people for just sitting in it,
Mm.
Spitfire. So I'm not sure whether that's the training one because there's a lady called Carolyn, oh I forget her surname, who was amazing with her flying. I'm not sure that she's around anymore, but she had a two-seater at Biggin Hill and used to
Wow.
go on different displays. And she was very well known in the Spitfire world.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it?
yeah,
That we can like on both sides of the world, opposite sides of the world, share a love of the same sort of
yeah,
planes and trains and things.
yeah.
That
It's amazing.
originally in both of them originated in your country and not in mine, and we just have them. So
Yes.
I am hopefully going to sit in a Spitfire for the posing value when I'm up in Darwin in a few weeks.
Oh, really?
'Cause I'm doing my cruise around Australia, and we're going to Darwin, and I'm going to go to the Aviation Museum for the fifth or sixth time,
Oh,
and I'm going this time to sit inside the Spitfire and get my
nice.
photo taken,
Good. Oh, well,
and
yes, you
I
have.
will post it. I will
Yes, you
post it
must.
everywhere.
It's a must. It must be posted.
Yeah.
And I will be drooling with envy.
Yes.
Yes, isn't it? It is amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
You're as you rightly say, you're the other side, the upside down bit of the world, and
Mm.
we have this sort of fascination for all things Spitfires and steam trains and astronomy.
Yeah.
It's
It's
uncanny,
crazy.
really.
Yeah, it is. And we sort of only met within the last 12 months because I've only been in the groups where I
Yeah.
met you for 12 months this February.
Yes.
And it's just incredible. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's so amazing and makes the world so much smaller.
Oh gosh. I mean this screen, it's
Mhm.
reduced the world to sort of nothing, hasn't it, in
Mhm.
distance. To be able to chat to somebody the other side of the world, just like we are now, it's just, well, who thought? I mean, yeah, we should have taken shares out in Zoom.
Well, if only we'd known COVID was going to come along and make the
Well,
world
yes.
smaller.
Yeah, it would have been quite a thing to be able to take. I'm sure people did take shares out in them, but you didn't know, if only you knew. Hindsight's a great thing, isn't it?
Exactly. It surely is.
Yeah, yeah. But Donna, it's been brilliant having a conversation with somebody so passionate about Spitfires. Um, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your photograph in the Spitfire in Darwin. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to. When are you going?
Um, I'm leaving next week on the cruise ship and we're going around and I'm not quite sure when I get to Darwin, but it's an overnight or so. I'll have two chances to get to the museum in
Right.
between doing my astronomy stuff because I'm actually being an astronomer,
Yes, of
resident
course.
astronomer on the cruise ship.
Right. And how long's the cruise for this time?
This one is back to back, so it's 45, 46 days. So
Wow.
it's a grand circumnavigation of Australia and to Bali up to Indonesia and back, and
Hmm.
then from Sydney to Bali, and then they fly me home from Bali. But
Wow.
it's on the Viking Orion, which has got a planetarium. So I'll be very busy, but I'll love it. And of course we've got the lunar eclipse, so we'll be able to see that, which I'm not sure if you guys can see it on March the 3rd.
I don't
Um,
think I've
I
not
think you
heard
see it.
anything.
Yeah, no, because I'm sort of thinking. it's going to be around this time, and this is in your daytime. So yeah,
Yeah.
you guys will probably miss out on it. So
Oh, never mind. We'll see
never
another
mind. You can
sometime
you
soon.
can see well, you can see everybody else's
Well, yes, yes. It's that
in
was the
this.
same with the aurora. We were
Mm.
lucky enough to see that literally outside the back of my flat. It was just whole
Oh,
the whole sky was red.
that is so amazing because your latitude is like ours. It's the wrong latitude for auroras.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's incredible. We have too. I've got beautiful pictures of aurora. I should use that as my background instead of the comet.
yeah. I took one of the comets before one before last.
Hmm.
I had to learn very fast how to take night shots with my
Well,
camera.
these days it's so much easier than it used to be. It used to be really hard work. Now it's a
Yes.
lot easier. Cameras have got a lot easier, a lot
They
cleverer.
have. I've got an old bridge camera, so I maybe need to have a look at that and maybe get something that's not a bridge camera. But there we go.
I'm using an old Canon 5D still, but it
Yeah, some of
works. It
the
does
old.
the job.
Yes, well, if it does the job, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say.
Exactly. And I can't
Yeah.
afford a new one anyway.
Well, there we go. Yeah. So, make do. But Donna, it's been once again a great conversation with you. I'm sure there's going to be other topics that we discover that we have a mutual love for. But I'd like to thank you, and I hope all the guests enjoy our conversation about Spitfires. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.